Well, hi. Look at me use my DSLR in the daytime. We're still in our nightgown era. We've been in there for a few years now. Doing great. So it's Wednesday, April 1st, 2026. The years are going by. What is time? Okay, so this is my update for my regular channel. I'm wearing the amethyst necklace I used to wear, and the one that ended up being around the bag of my dad's ashes. I still have no idea if the double-edged amethyst stone was put in with his ashes or not, because I have not released his ashes yet. So we're starting off strong. It's April though, and the end of the month is his birthday. He died in February 2022, and so I really would like to release him soon. So wish me luck that I can do that. I just think that since I can't put him to rest where I would like, where I think he'd like, I'll do the best thing I can. Okay, so things are still stuck though overall on that. Just giving you guys a heads up. How am I doing? So this is a personal channel, but forward facing, it's like books and journaling and whatnot. And I haven't done an update on what I've read for a long time. I'm stuck with reading. I am so focused on my gaming channel. I'm trying not to look at the camera and I can see me and I'm like really self-conscious. But I've been stuck. I've been reading this since last year. I'm this far in. Oh, no. I'm 159 pages in. I'm sorry. I got stuck. There's nothing wrong with this book. I bet you it's a very good read to just read it. There's more books. It's one of my favorite films. The book is very different from the films. So that doesn't make it not as good. It's just, if you've watched the movie, and there's a second one coming out, finally, and that became like a favorite film for you, it's going to be really hard for you to just like, I don't know, it's hard for me to be like, ooh, but I am into it. I'm just not into reading right now. But I am into reading. Does that make sense? I did not forget about the Ohno, Not Another Book Club. The Talisman. The first book. You know, remember wearing that announcement video I did? And then in April we were going to do like a, hey, we had months to read this. We started the year off fresh and we all read in the Talisman. Well, there was a few hiccups with that. Number one of the readers I was hoping would be a reader ended up getting other awesome books, which I'm really happy for them, because they got like Lord of the Rings, which if you guys know me at all, you know those are like among the best books. Like I have a whole half a shelf for them. Okay? For that, you know, that's, and All Quiet on the Western Front they were gifted. So again, one of my favorites. I mean, I have so many favorites. So we're just, you know, that was a damper, but it's not their fault. I was still going to proceed forward. There are other people interested, even one or two. It was enough to be like, hey, we're doing this. So new plan. How about, I'm not DNFing Practical Magic, but I really do want to read this with people. So April is a month that we're beginning this, and what I'm going to try to do is, because I can live stream on this OG channel, maybe we can do like a silent book club inspired themed read-in together. Now, for a silent book club distance, I don't have an affiliation with them anymore, but I wanted to do that. But I'll do my own. Oh no, not another book club. We will just, instead of being together reading, it'll still be me. I'm sorry. I'll get on a live. We'll do silent reading, and then we can also discuss in the live chat if we have anything that we want to do. We can just spend time together. I will try to set aside at least one evening of a few hours, 1 to 2 hours live stream on this channel where we're reading. Now, it's harder for me because my eyes, I'm getting older, and I don't have reading glasses, and I haven't had an updated prescription, and not that I was wanting to wear the glasses anyway, but I do need reading glasses. Reading is getting more difficult. I love to read, my eyes age. I don't know. But I'll get reading glasses, but in the meantime, I can still read. It's just, look, we're gonna do this. So, if you're still in with Oh No, Not Another Book Club, we're going to still do the Talisman. It's going to take us a long time. Now, because we're starting in April, let's just read this through to my birthday. I don't know. But if you have other books on the go, cool. We'll do multiple books, because I hope that the more I get back into reading, I'll read the other book too and finish that book so that I can complete last year's book. Like, that book is still from last year, and I don't like leaving books from over years, unless they're like super big books, like the Bronte sister one was years ago. So if you're still down for Oh No, Not Another Book Club, or whatever I called it, what did I call it? Oh no, it's another book club. This is what we're gonna do, and I know there's problematic stuff in it, but there's also some interesting things. I really want to read it again. It was a favorite of mine when I was younger. I've already made a video about that. So if you're interested, let me know. You can comment or contact me through the Discord that we have. If you don't have the Discord link, if you're not in the Discord, that is mostly about gaming, but we do have the writing and the tarot and other sections, and we do Wordle together. And I am going to do writing sprints as well, still in there. You can just comment and I'll share the Discord link, okay? I do want to read this. So April, once a week, I will do it. If you're not there for the live, and I'm sitting there all by myself, it's okay. You can watch it later and just have silent reading time with me. You could use it to, I will actually be quiet for the majority of it. You could use it for, like, if you just want to be present with somebody and make yourself read for that hour. It'll be an hour timer kind of thing, and then a break, and, you know, or whatever. We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. But I'm still going to do it. So you can read your own other books. If you don't have the Talisman, and you just want to read more like the Silent Book Club does, which is people just read whatever they want, and they're just spending time together, you can do that too. Or if you want to write during that or whatever. I won't be able to hear or see what you're doing anyway, so it'll be fine. But in the future, maybe I might consider the Zoom idea again and then put that onto YouTube and we could collaboratively. But that's just like much more exposure for, like, personal exposure for people. So I think we'll do it with the kind of idea of people doing write with me, read with me, blah, blah, blah. So we'll do it that way. And it means that I'll be on camera and I have to get used to that. I don't cam up for my gaming channel and I would like to get brave for that. So it'll help me in multiple ways. Moving along, the other book that I started to read is one that belonged to my father that I brought home with his Rider-Waite deck. And it is The Pictorial Key to the Tarot. And I am stuck right at the beginning because the words. So I am using my dictionary, which I kind of really like. I bought it for myself many birthdays ago. I was like, I need a dictionary. And thankfully, my dad left behind a magnifying glass, so it's actually coming in quite handy. This isn't the only dictionary I have, actually. There's some old dictionaries on my shelf that belong to other people. Okay, so, update about my life. I'm standing here in my book nook. I saw somebody's message on my desktop. There's been an ongoing joke on my gaming channel. I'm such a dork. Okay. Exciting news about what I've been doing. I started a tarot channel. For anybody who knows me, I've had tarot decks since I was late teens, early 20s, you know, working in the factory. When my dad probably got this book along with his Rider-Waite deck I got my loader deck. So that was a very powerful deck, but now I've got many more. I had accumulated decks, and I didn't quite realize how many I had accumulated over the years till I had decided I would make the Amber Dawn Tarot channel. So once I made that channel, I made a shelf. You can't see it, but it's around the corner in my book nook here. And it's full of decks, beautiful decks, and I started to use them. My problems with reading are still the same. I'm more intuitive, and it's more difficult to do it in this way for me because I'm not used to doing it this way. But I've done readings for people over the years. I do read from decks. I'm very amateurish like that. I've been into watching a lot of tarot readers, and they're very good at it. But years ago, I got the Julian Jenkins, intuitive reading, and various other tarot courses from Udemy, or whatever. I also got his runes deck, which would be interesting to use. I have runes, but I wonder what it'd be like to use runes and then use also his runes deck. Anyway, the point is, I'm still learning, so please be gentle with me. But if things on that channel resonate with you, I hope that you enjoy it and give me feedback. And if they don't, don't try to make it fit kind of deal. I think that's what everybody's saying, but it's true. I've always said that, what is for you is for you, and what's not is not. I'm going to give you guys a personal story experience from that. I've never had this happen. I've read for my aunt and for a guy I was previously friends with on the internet. I think it was so. It's one of those things. Anyway, I read for him, and what's happened to me is that sometimes, once the tab's open, some info flows, and sometimes some people or an energy will come forward. And I will, for my aunt, I'm allowed to say, her father wanted her to tend to her garden. And I could feel his presence and such. Now, I had met him, so I could recognize him immediately. But in a previous person's reading, someone came forward for him, and I had no understanding of his past history as about family or anything like that. And I got to know things, and that he confirmed for me in that convo, which was surprising to me. But they came forward, and I'm really proud of, even though I'm not in contact with this person right now, paths of life. I know that they've proceeded forward with achieving certain things, and I'm so proud of them, and I feel like the relative that step forward for them would also be. That was interesting, though. So I've had that happen, in energy. It's not I see, vividly. It's just, they'll either have a statement to say or something. I'll feel that. What happened in my reading that I did on my tarot channel for an online, I was going to say friend, for an online person, which you guys will know on if you've been a part of my gaming channel, or if you just watched Amber Dawn Tarot, the barricades will be the hint. I have never had this happen in a tarot reading in my life, and I've done many, and like I said, I'm usually the one fumbling for the book, and then intuitively interpretive, and then eventually it just continues, and usually info just continues to flow until I've cut it off. But what happened in that one is the first time I've ever experienced this in all my decades. And not that I read often. I honestly, many things that I have that I enjoy or that I could do, I don't do it because self-denial, punishment, I don't know, whatever. But this is a story I'm not going to put on that channel, but I'm going to tell you guys. This is the first time ever where... And I kind of I didn't address it in the reading and we moved forward, but it was a card that didn't belong. It was like somebody had inserted themselves into the reading. I have never, ever had that. And this is where I think I'm working with a psychotherapist now. That's other good news. But I'll let you guys know about that in a moment. This is where, I definitely need to clear up my energy. I need to, set... I've been working on setting boundaries for myself, as a normal... healthy person should have boundaries set. I'm trying to work on all that. I'm working on boundaries That's obviously something that you wouldn't have very strongly from my past or my upbringing, or, you know, the effect of things. But while working on boundaries, I'm having to, and while I'm sharing myself so much on a platform, the gaming channel, maybe too much, I need to clear my energy and stuff. Well, I had been involved with somebody off and on for like a year, an avoidant. Yeah, I know, it just keeps getting better and better. Anyway, it does get better though. I mean, you just gotta learn. You gotta learn. You gotta learn. And the biggest thing I've learned is not to close my heart. So that's good. But the point is, wow, I've never had what felt like somebody inserting themselves into a reading before, energetically, subconsciously, whatever it was going on. They were in the energy and they inserted themselves. It was their card, and I realized that card could come out for anybody, but it did not suit the person I was reading for. It did not apply. I literally said, oh no, when I read that. Like, I knew that it didn't fit right, but thankfully the cards proceeded after that, like just self-acknowledgement. I don't know, but I want to do a different reading for him later. I'm going to like be more mindful as I'm proceeding forward with my readings, that I really need to have protective boundaries or boundary setting prior to my readings, because I didn't. When you have people in your energy, wow, I did not. That's just my story, is that I didn't know that could happen, and I've literally read off and on since my, like, for decades. Not professionally or anything, just, I mean, you know, readings for friends, people, acquaintances, online, offline. I've never had that happen before. And it even included, like, an energy, which I think at the end of this, the recording, like, before the record, like, when the recording was done and I continued, I was like, do you have somebody, like, angry or domineering or something in your, like, a grandparent or something? Because I couldn't get a grasp. I wasn't getting a message. I wasn't getting anything said. Just like that kind of, just like angry noise, like frustration, and oh, it was so weird. And I've never had that. So now I know that that might be a possibility. So if you're a reader or you're familiar with tarot, and you've and or have worked with energies like this before, have you ever had anybody interrupt your reading? And what did you do about it? What did you do about it? Did you stop the reading? That's probably what I should have done. I should have stopped the reading or something, but I didn't. And I will work on my boundaries and clearing. I cleared the heck out of the place after. But yeah, that's a lesson for me learned, and a little story for you guys behind the scenes of lessons I'm going to learn along the way as I do my tarot channel. I would share it on that channel, but I don't want to. But I am going to do a different reading for the person later, some other time, because we are, you know, talking, watching movies together. Been watching movies. Okay, so if it's weird to see me smile, it is weird for me too. It feels very self-conscious. As you guys know, I'm very self-conscious about myself. But this person makes me smile. I've been smiling and the only thing that tends to make me smile is a very rare thing that I would have, which would be an edible. I mean, Canada, it's okay, but I'm not really into all that stuff. That's why they tend to stay forever. But that's the only thing that'll make me smile. And then I'll be like, what is this weird feeling? And what is my face doing? And why does it hurt? And then I'll get sad because I'll be like, why am I only happy if, like, it's an edible? Like, am I never happy? What about all the times I laugh? Am I never truly happy? And I go into an existential spiral crisis that's even different than the normal one I'm always in. So, yeah, I've smiled lately without, just naturally. So, I'm glad I'm not on camera for that. Because, no. So that's an update. Life update, still terrible with WSIB. If you're somebody who's been to my channel because of the WSIB stuff, because I'm locked until 65, I don't matter anymore. I'm just like, whatever, shoved to the side. But because, as you guys know, doctor died in 2022 as well as my dad. My dad died, doctor died, cats died. You know, people kept dying. Let's not go into it again. We've been through it. I'm going through it with my psychotherapist. But my medication stopped being covered. That was to be covered as part of the wsib tribunal decision. The psychiatric is part of it's the secondary impairment to the physical. Well, anyway, they stopped covering, but because I've been so shut down for the past few years, I haven't taken care of things and transferred it back and didn't get any certain documentation, blah, 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 blah. I try to advocate for myself to get that covered again. They are horrible. They're not, I know they're an insurance company. Some people don't understand that. They're an insurance company for the employers, not really for the workers. It is how it is. And, that was traumatizing the other day, but it's fine. I advocate for myself, which is something new again. They aren't going to cover psychotherapy because tricky, when they cut me off when I was bleeding to death, you know, years ago before the hysterectomy, right before the hysterectomy had to happen, I had to wait for the hysterectomy and they did other measures in the media. When I had to go out of therapy because I was getting transfusions because I was bleeding to death, I couldn't go even like an hour or whatever without bleeding through everything. It was really, trying to remember just how much I was bleeding was really bad. It's bad. It was horrible. Okay, anyway, multiple transfusions, yada yada, resulted in the removal of my uterus, like right after. At least my ovaries were saved. Okay, so let's move forward from that. But let's just say that was an opportune time for them to just immediately lock me in on... They cut off my benefits because I wasn't able to go to the therapy. They cut off the NEL that was awarded to cover the therapy and then locked me into the lower rate for the 8 till age 65. So, bravo. And what they said on the phone to me at the time, which I don't have proof of, was, will you contact us when you're back in therapy, and then we'll look at the amount again. That kind of gave me the impression that they would cover it when I have that again. It is years later. It's over a decade later. And I finally have a psychotherapist. Finally have one. I've been connected with one I'm so grateful for, and it's through Toronto Hospice that I was connected to her. I went through group therapy with them. I wanted to volunteer to help, and they were like, no, you need help, and they were right. So I went through group therapy, one-on-one, and then art expression. And the art expression therapist ended up being a breakthrough for me. I'm not like amazing yet, and I still have everything. Like, I'm not going outside yet, and I still have like the surmounting things regarding my dad to deal with, and we aren't even getting to the doctor, the stepdad, the other deaths. Okay, we aren't even there yet, but she's helped a lot, and the hospice thing ended, and now I've transitioned into, I just had intake with her last week, transitioned to her practice. So, and I am full of gratitude because they are taking me pro bono right now. It's going to be looked at in September or something, but I'm going to have to talk to her next session, which is next week, about the fact that wsib isn't going to cover it. So I'm going to have to see what they work with, because I really don't want to lose her. She's been amazing, and I think she had said that she's allowed 1 or 2 pro bonos patients, and I think she's, I don't know, I think we're gonna, I don't know, let's hope that, because I'm working really hard to try to earn money so that I can have money to be able to pay, because I would gladly pay her. Let's hope that I can continue to do well, so I can get out of the muck that life is with what has been happening in the background. I won't even go into like catching up all the taxes and the termination pay that was applied to the roommate happening, and that affecting us going forward, and holy crap, and it feels like I'm never going to get to move back to the beaches, but I will, because if I don't give up, I will achieve things, because I've proven it. But the fact that I even made it to 1,000 subscribers on my gaming channel, and who would have figured? So I'm not giving up. I haven't given up. And while wsib was extremely triggering for me the other day, I don't even want to talk to them. They became a part of the impairment, honestly, the psychological trauma throughout the years. It was a good to say, I'm getting the therapy anyway, and I'm still here. Like, I'm still here, and I haven't given up on myself. So I haven't. And if any of the years were to test me, it would have been recent years. For those who can understand, you know, the recent years were hard for a lot of people with COVID, but then, like I said, deaths started happening and they didn't stop. So I am dealing with real life stuff from that and my own emotional stuff, and then at the same time I'm still trying to like live my life, and I have a passionate, loving heart that keeps making mistakes, but it's learning things. I've learned, like I said, I've learned about narcissists, I've learned about avoidance, I've learned about my own self and how I should have boundaries. I've learned about how I'm worthy, and that it isn't too much to be for somebody to spend time with me. I'm gonna get all weird about it. I'm just saying that I'm learning things, and I will continue to learn, and I'm very thankful that I'm still here. So for those who wondered if I was still okay, no, but yes, but no. But yes, but no. Like, life is like a box of, I'm just kidding. Oh, there's so much. Oh no. Hearing from past people. Oof. That was a temptation in the winter. Oh, I would tell you guys about it, but I've already told the story on my gaming channel. I'm sorry, I'm too open over there. It was like, it was somebody I had butterflies for back in the 2000s. That was a tough one. But see, while I'm in an open, they are not. So that was tough, though. I gotta tell you, that was tough. It was, how can one not be curious, right? So how are things going overall? 2 cats, Smudge and Vincent. They are both loving, but Smudge still licks her fur off. Vincent also learned that from her. Vincent has the whatever the sinus thing is, it still comes and goes and is awful. When it's good, when he's good, I'm grateful. When it's bad, at least he's not Pukey Pico. Poor Pukey. We miss Pico and Chai. But it's still really tough, right, and stressful, because don't have the financial ability to do the best. Smudges, I wish she had a kitten, like a kitten to play with and to love her, like just because but because of the cost, I don't have the income yet to have a kitten to properly care for all the shots and everything that would happen with a cat, you know, and the Garifix and everything. So I haven't got a kitten, but you can bet that's on my list later. I know, why cats? But because Smudge shouldn't be. Like, Vincent and Smudge they are reluctantly together, but they lost their, like, Smudge lost her sister, and Vincent lost Pico, who adored him and took care of him. And it's kind of, you know, reluctantly there to, you know, Smudge needs more love and play. But overall, we're doing great. Smudge likes to come to me during thunderstorms. I'm her safety during thunderstorms, and she'll swish her tail around me. Other than that, the cats are good. It's just still weird sometimes. Like, obviously we had too many cats for the longest time, but you know, we had a bigger apartment at the time, and 2 is the right number, but it's just so sad for the longest time. It was hard for me just to even, because it was like they're counterparts and just they're my family, right? So, but we're making it. things are a little bit tough. Like I said, we've had a new air system put in, which is terrible. And then that resulted in pigeon netting, which is thankfully the nylon and not the metal, because I truly feel caged in. So I am really in some sort of birdcage and tower. But I'm still here. I'm grateful for a place to live still. I'm grateful for the fact that I have it in me to still try at things. It's tough right now if you're thinking about things happening in the States or even in Canada or globally. I am very much still way too aware and opinionated. Well, you can never be too opinionated. You can have opinions and feelings about things. I worry. I feel it. I feel worried for my friends that are in the States. I think of them often, and I hope people are okay. And I hope that people are being there for each other. And I hope that people are realize that this point in history, it's a point in history that's significant for so many reasons of things that have happened and come to light. And I know that it's overwhelming, but every little act that people are doing that is caring and good and supportive of other people, and it doesn't have to be big actions out loud. Remember, people, things that you do, even small, that are good, is good. And even if it's making your art, make your art, make your poems, make your songs, add something better, good energy to what's going on, but also do real stuff too, if you can, if you have the resources and if you have the ability to do it. I'm thinking of the people that are the real heroes out there, and you'd be surprised at who they are, and my heart goes to them that they have the strength and are supported. So now that I've had to change the battery, I was going off on some inspirational tangent that probably didn't need to be said. I just want to update you guys, and I'm still okay. I'm curious what to do about this channel as far as my old comments still. I'm nervous. Okay. Like, I get how YouTube works now. And now that things have changed so much since the beginning of this channel, because this channel is old, people now, like comment engagement, etc. You know, commenting is easy to see in the background. I mean, I didn't even know I got most of the comments that I did on previous videos. Which, by the way, if you're from the OG days, please let me know. Because I need to know if you know when around, like if it was Vita years or like OG Vloggerheads years or whatever it was. I think I'm... yeah, I want to choke on my coffee. Okay. My coffee. Okay. The point is, I want to reply to the comments, but I'm worried about what if people are dead? And that is such a dark thought, but because so many people have died in my life recently, past few years, I'm like, oh wow, this could be a real possibility. So I'm torn about replying to comments because of that. I'm like, what if they're dead or some really bad stuff said or good stuff? Or what if they're like, I comment and they're like, what the hell is this? I don't know, but I'm like, really, I'm gonna give it a go and try to comment to people eventually and revive this channel. I'm not gonna lie, I would really like to monetize every channel I make because I want autonomy. I want autonomy. No, I want to be able to support myself. Like, obviously my disability from wsib, which is insurance because I was hurt by the company, and further traumatized. I am on that, but it's not enough to live. And I've tried work, and I did work a few years ago, and then I didn't leave the house for 9 months. So, this has been the most viable way of earning income I've had that's on the up and up in my adult life. So I am really thankful that my gaming channel has done so well, but I also would like to be able to return to my love of books, my love of journaling. I feel I have so much more going for me and interested in than just gaming. And I don't mind. I love the gaming thing. I mean, I am so grateful that it's happened this way. I mean, I don't know if that channel will grow a lot, if I'll attain the ability to support myself through that, but I now see, now that I understand YouTube as a business, I see that I am sitting on a wealth of evergreen content, and I hate to refer to it like that, but really it's my blogs and my life and I've been documenting so much that it's here, and I would like to also continue to express myself in the ways I have. So I don't want to lose that. I mean, I shut down for years, and I have still surrounded myself with the things I love, the poetry, the books, the tarot, the things that I love, but that are things, but like expressions of myself, forms of expression. I'd like to share that still, because I think that's what I have and what I can give. And also, while people can argue the monetization of hobbies and or interests, I would also argue the fact that this world is very difficult to live in, and everything costs too much, and it's hard to live. And if you do have the means, we don't have to be impoverished. If we don't, like, if we can help ourselves somehow, let us help ourselves. Don't just block yourself for the sake of being a poverty poet or something, because anyway, we all are. Anyway, we're all apparently we're all just meat to the elite anyway, so don't get me started. But the fact is that this is something I want to work on. So I want to be present for this channel. I want to make personal content again for myself, but I also want to do the books thing, and I have somebody to shout out to thank for that. Annoying_Bruce. He has been making book videos. Oh, I wish BookTube would get a whole, like, I wish the BookTube community would find him that is good and would like see this insightful young man sharing like historical context for the books he reads. And I'm really excited to see where his reading journey develops. He's currently reading All Quiet on the Western Front, but he's done like a great review of The Great Gatsby, and he's covered 1984, and I'm really excited to see his videos. And he kind of like inspires me, but also makes me feel guilty that I haven't done anything like that with my book videos. Like, I think it's been years since I talked about books in such a way where I went into any depth. He actually does like what feels like essays, but he reads well enough that you don't feel like he's reading a script, you know? So I can learn a lot from that. What else is going on? I'm just trying. I'm trying. I'm still, you know, I'm still here. So, and if you're still here, please let me know. Please let me know, so that, not for comment engagement, but because I would like to know who my audience is now here. I imagine that a video will pop up and people will unsubscribe. They'll be like, why am I subscribed to this? But like, if you are here, I'm sitting in front of my journal. See, I still have the journal collection. I know my therapist said something about how like, because the sunlight bleached, right? It's like, why do you have them out in the open for everybody to see, kind of deal? And I was like, I think it's because I'm an open book, and because of where they are, and I don't have a special box. And it just makes sense to me. But they're part of my story, and I think our stories are as important in the long run as any of the novels we read, because they're a part of the big story of, we're a part of the big story. Like, I feel like everybody's story matters. and I find people very interesting. So that's been one of the really good parts about my gaming channel, is that people have shared every now and then. Sorry, my hair's super, I don't know what to do with my hair, guys. What do I do? Still got a lot of it, thank goodness, but it hasn't been colored. Look, just as it's drying, let's just rar, you know, Leo rar it. I'm too self-conscious to do camera on gaming. Okay, so thanks for coming to my granny gown talk. I appreciate you guys being here. I'll try to dress up if I'm doing the book video, like the book sitting on there reading. I'll try to like wear a shirt and a bra and all that stuff. I'll get all fancy for you guys. If anybody else has gone through loss and stuff, or I noticed in my feed there was somebody who was doing like grief book clubs sort of stuff. I don't know, from the book community. I don't know, there's people out there still making, I'm just so proud that people are still making stuff, you know, and finding their way. I hope that people are being their authentic selves, speaking truth, loving when they can, being kind to each other, and if you can't, try your best to make up for it. Don't be jerks. We're trying our best, right? I'm sure everybody's stressed out. A lot of people are stressed out, so try to have some compassion for other people. It shouldn't be that hard. I think somebody put it very simply. It's not that hard to be nice to people. It's not that hard to be compassionate toward other people. I wonder if it's like, why are some people so cruel then so easily? Is it like pathological? Did they have to work at it, or were they just like made that way? Because it does make you wonder, right? Like, also, like, this is a year of the horse, and I'm a horse, right? I'm a human being, but you know, the zodiac. New beginnings, forward momentum. For anybody else who's feeling that, like, this is full moon energy right now. Like, I'm making this on April 1st, is full moon energy, okay? I hope that people are like, this will be put up way after that, but I'm curious how, if other people are feeling beginnings right now, with the spring, with the moon, with the lunar, with all this stuff. I wonder how people are doing. I'm curious if you guys have been making things, what projects you've been working on, where your lives have gone. If you have been a long-time subscriber. Should I be subscribed to something? Like, should I find you? Like, should you, you know, share with me. I remember poets on here. I remember lots of people on here that were very gifted. I know of a kayaker who became a published poet. You know, on that note, April is National Poetry Month. So I hope you guys are writing or reading poetry. I would like to try. So let's all just try. Wouldn't hurt to add a bit of poetry to the world. Okay, so I'm gonna go. I have no good wise words to say now. I'm just gonna freaking get the heck out of here because I need a game. I need to do my job. My job. I would love to earn enough to support myself. I'm telling you. Let's manifest it. I'm not big into manifestation or whatever, but it's not like just dreaming and wishing, like, or hoping. We're actually working on things. We're doing the things to make the changes, to do the things to get to where we need to and or want to go. At least we're going to try before we're out of time. See, I'm here still. I haven't given up yet. And if you're watching this, neither of you. So at the very least, give yourself some kudos for that, okay? Yeah. Thanks for watching. Awkward end scene, right? I'm making this video and you can hear Vincent in the background. He's like on the cat tower behind the bookcases that are, like, I've got a book nook here. So, if you hear the breathing, he was purring for a moment, but his breathing is bad still because of his sinus stuff. So, it is Thursday, April 2nd, 2026, 7:55 p.m. And I just want to wrap up this vlog because I know I'm going to have to, like, edit it, like, big time. So, this is the next day. Behind me is, like, the part where, like, if you look, I got my computer, and then there's a PlayStation, and then this way, do you see there's the, like, some of the shelves. Okay. How am I doing? I have been sleeping. I slept today. I tried to play Helldivers overnight, and I just, I was still too tired. I was so tired. Somebody said I sounded intoxicated. I don't like that, but I was so tired. So tired. I wasn't that. I was just extremely tired. So, I think it's still jet lag from dealing with wsib the other day. I'll be real with you. Because I didn't rest. I didn't crash sleep like I normally would have, which doesn't necessarily make me feel better. Sorry, I'm just like, his breathing is so... What can I do about it? I look over at him, he's like, fine, but... He's watching me, he's behind the... Anyway. It's just so quiet in here that I can hear him doing that. How have I been? I'm okay. I've had some great things happening as far as, like, some great things and then some terrible things. Like, the stress of, like, the timing of, like, a rent check coming out when I was, like, -15, and it's a holiday weekend, and so we'll see what happens on Tuesday if the how the bank processes that because of the order, and I just noticed the order out of order. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but hopefully things are okay, because, like, that is something very stressful for us who rent. But other than that, everything should be okay. I hate that I'm gonna think about it all weekend. I must be blurry because of the lights, huh? I don't know. Hold on. Oh no. I'm like, oh no. Oh no. My leg. I'm finding by my hair. My hair feels really soft and clean, and it still smells so good. Just got home and free all night. I like feeling happy. This person makes me smile. It's refreshing after, you know, you should self-validate. Like, you should be able to validate your own self. And that's something I'm learning. I am in psychotherapy, and I'm so grateful that I've connected with a psychotherapist. And she's actually, I think she's going to get to, I'm going to consent that she can use me for part of her, like, learning stuff. Because if that'll help her, great. You know? Because she helps me. And because, you know, I don't mind that. But that's the side note. The fact is that I have smiled more recently, and it's really kind of nice. Other than normal life stress things, and not normal because stuff's still dealing with the aftermath of Dad, which it's now April, and my dad's birthday is the end of the month, so there's that. Just got home on free all night. I just still like seeing that message. I'm probably gonna, I've been watching movies with, I don't want to say the word friend. Just friends is a clue from my gaming channel. We've been watching movies, and I really like spending time with this person, and I like that they like spending time with me, and it's so interesting to experience that again, and in this way. I haven't felt that. It's really interesting. I shouldn't, you know, like, it's so easy just to decide, even with the busy life or doing lots of things, to go, I want to be present with you and share time with you, and because I enjoy your company. You know, how refreshing to have somebody do that instead of, like, I'm gonna play power games and try to control things and decide that I'm going to act like I don't want to spend time with you, or try to make you feel bad about yourself so that somehow you'll feel like you're worthless, so that you won't think that anybody would want to spend time with you, so that I can feel better than you. Like, what kind of bullshit stuff was I allowing myself to, like, I don't know. I feel good that I'm, if nothing else comes of what happening right now, I am at the very least grateful that I am being shown that, not that I should be shown, but that I'm being shown how someone can treat somebody, even if they have a busy life, have other things going on, have other things that they prioritize and should, and yet they still can make you feel, or can, I'm just thankful. So I'm still like, I think part of this, though, is that I allowed myself to be open to this. And that's where I, again, am going to give myself kudos, because I think especially after the last person I was giving my time, attention, and heart to, I could have really closed off after that. I could have really shut down. And I did go through some feelings about that. Anger and grief, sadness, whatever, etc. A different sort of grief than the loss I've been experiencing for a few years, but not so disconnected. I mean, there is all this still from therapy, all these cards partially inspired by the last person I was involved with, right? All these phrases, all these things connected, and I have learned a lot. I hope we'll see. We'll see. I lowered my value before. What is it about unavailable men? These are things that my therapist would hear me when I would talk and I'd be rambling about stuff. She would then say, I have some phrases for you to write down, and she would tell them to me. You know? And it's very revealing now, like, to me, that you have all the answers inside you. You know, intentions. Remember asking that, do you have intentions with me? And I said yes, but I don't think they knew what to do with that. So, pedestal or pile, when somebody's pedestaling you or putting you in the pile. Timing. Fear. You know, it's just funny that I spent so much energy on that. Trust yourself, though, yeah. Pining. Like, this is different. I'm learning a lot. I lowered my value. And I think I did. I felt like I had lowered my value with them. And it shouldn't have to be that kind of game. It shouldn't be a game like that. That's fucked up. So, that's more about, like, their maturity level and or, like, they want to say capacity. But I had to learn that, like, just, okay, I can acknowledge somebody else's capacity or limited capacity and acknowledge how I felt about them, but also acknowledge that that doesn't make being treated a certain way okay. So I'm glad I made it through that, you know, and decided to, I don't know, something about me has opened up more to somehow be able to have somebody be present for me, to show me what presence is like, to show me what showing up is like, and being there. without bravado or having to demean me. It's very nice. So I don't know what will happen. Obviously, you know, living situation continues to be this way. Hopefully everything will be okay for now, because I still have a long way to go for my goals of being able to live independently, but I'm still hoping to get there. And if you guys are along for the trip of that, please support my channels in any way that you can. I know that sounds like YouTuber talk, but it's real. I've shown with my gaming channel that it is possible to monetize. So I would like to be able to get there, guys. I've been here a long time. I'm still here, but I need to be able to support myself more. So look at me in this soft light. Soft light. Don't look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Don't look at me. As for journaling, the final updates, I'm still on journal number 48. That was started in December 2024. So I haven't written much. I wrote the other night, I'm exhausted and need to sleep. It was after the Hell Diver thing, yeah. I mentioned barricades and that. I mean, I haven't been writing much, but I'd like to get into writing. And I'm just grateful that I'm slowly getting back to things that I love to do. And also incorporating them into, having the guts to start incorporating them into my channels. I'm gonna answer